Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Amma.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning to all. In last class, we started gas laws, right? So, first one, Boyle's law, we finish it. First one is Boyle's law. What is the Boyle's law? Constant temperature, the volume of gas. For a fixed amount of gas, pressure is directly inversely proportional to its volume. That is, P is proportional to 1 by V. Okay, PV equal to K. So, different graphs we discussed it. So, that is isotherms. Isotherms means a curves obtained pressure versus volume for a fixed amount of gas is known as the isotherms at different temperatures. That is called isotherms. Okay. So next one here we know that P is proportional to V as per Boyle's law. Like that, P is equal to K into 1 by V. Okay. So now, if you compress the gas according to Boyle's law, compress the gas means we are increasing the pressure. Then the volume of gas is decreases. Then the same number of gas molecules can occupy smaller volume, right? For example, certain amount of some X amount of gas we are taking in 10 liters volume, right? If you compress that gas, then what will happen? The 10 liters volume will become, maybe depending upon compression, it becomes 5 liters or 2 liters or 1 liters. If you compress to the 5 liters volume only, then what will happen? The same amount of gas is occupying the smaller volume and it is becoming more dense. So the number of molecules present in 5 liters volume is increased compared to the number of gas molecules present in 10 liters volume. So that means as per that, we can say the definition density. What is the density here? The mass of amount present in unit volume. That is the density. So we can express that is D is equal to M by V. M by V. Okay. So here, which can be written as D is equal to M into 1 by V. M into 1 by V. Following students? Okay. But here, from this Boyle's law, here, what is the 1 by V? P by K is equal to 1 by V. Okay. So if you substitute this value in this, what we will get here? D is equal to M into P by K. For a fixed amount of gas we are taking, K is always constant and M also constant. Then if this M by K is constant, therefore D is proportional to P. Okay, that means for a fixed amount of gas at constant temperature, the pressure is directly proportional to its density. So the density pressure relation we are deriving from the Boyle's law as per the definition of the density. Okay, got it all of you students? From Boyle's law, we are deriving the density pressure relation. What is the density pressure relation? That is, for a fixed amount of gas at constant temperature, the pressure is directly proportional to its density. So from this, one more formula you can write, that is D1 by P1 is equal to D2 by P2. Right? For example, D is proportional to P. Okay. So initially, for a fixed amount of gas, the density is D1, pressure is P1. If you increase the temperature, then what it will become? The density will be changed, that is will become D2 and pressure will become P2. Okay. So from this formula, you can write D1 by D2 is equal to P1 by P2. So this one I wrote like this, D1 by D2 equal to P1 by P2. So that I wrote D1 by P1 is equal to D2 by P2. Okay, not getting? Let's see. Here, the relation we have got, that is D is proportional to P, right? So if the amount of fixed amount of gas, initially the density and pressure is D1 and P1. Okay. So if we expand that, the density will be changed.
Increase.
Undergoes expansion. It may be increase or decrease, whatever it is, undergoes expansion. Then what will happen? Next, the density and pressure will be changed to D2 and to P2. So then what? From this relation, you can write that D1 by D2 is equal to P1 by P2. Got it? So from this, what you can write? D1 by P1 is equal to D2 by P2. D2 by P2. So these formulas also you have to remember. The states of matter, these relations are very, very most important for the numerical values, especially for main students. Okay, write down this Boyle's law. According to Boyle's law, P is proportional to 1 by V, P is equal to K into 1 by V, from that V by K equal to 1 by V. Next here you write the statement on compressing. On compressing the same number of molecules of the gas, same number of molecules of the gas can occupy the smaller volume, and gas will become more dense. Gas will become more dense. That is D equal to M by V. So that is mentioned here. That is the statement that is D equal to M by V. So from this D is equal to here M into 1 by V. So continuation you write that. Up to here you write. Up to here you write. Then one more statement. Okay. Okay. Now write down the initial density and pressure. The initial density and pressure of fixed amount of gas is D1 and P1, D1 and P1 under expansion. Under expansion, the final density and pressure is final density and pressure of gas. Final density and pressure of gas is D2P2. D2P2. Then write these formulas. Therefore, D1 by D2 equal to P1 by P2, D1 by P1. So from that, one more formula, D1 by P1 equal to D2 by P2. Understood, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here, from Boyle's law, you have to remember two formulas. That is, what is that? PV equal to K. So from that, P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. Right? P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. From Boyle's law, P1 V1 equal to P2 V2, or P1 by P2 is equal to V2 by V1. So just you remember this one. Then you can write this one also. Similarly, D is proportional to P. Okay. So if you remember these two relations, you will get the formula. Depending upon given data, you can you can solve the numerical problems. Right? Okay. So now next second one is Charles law. Charles law. There are two statements is there for Charles law. The first statement I will tell you. Okay. According to Charles law, at constant pressure, the volume of gas, fixed amount of gas, the volume of fixed amount of gas is increases or decreases by 1 by 273 times 1 by 273 times of its initial volume when increase or decreasing 1 degree Celsius temperature. 1 degree Celsius temperature. Got it point? Okay.
Sir, repeat it, sir.
Ma?
So can you please repeat the point, sir?
Okay. The volume of a fixed amount of gas increases or decreases by 1 by 273 times of its initial volume when increase or decrease in 1 degree Celsius temperature.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that means if the initial volume of gas is V0, if you increase the 1 degree Celsius temperature, then the volume of that fixed amount of gas is increases by 1 by 273 times of its initial volume. Initial volume is V0. So how much it is increasing? If you increase the 1 degree Celsius temperature, 1 by 273 times of its initial volume. That means 1 by 273 V0. Got it? For example, initial volume is 1 liter. Initial volume of the gas is 1 liter. Okay. If you increase the 1 degree Celsius temperature, okay, then the volume of the gas is increases by 1 by 273 times of this initial volume. So how many 1 by 273 times means 1 by 273 into 1 liter. Right? So this is an increased volume. So that the final volume, what is that? After increasing in 1 degree Celsius, initial volume plus increased volume. Right? So then after increasing 1 degree Celsius, that is V1. V1 means what is that? By increasing 1 degree Celsius temperature, then the total volume of the gas is V0 plus, okay, V0 by V273. Got it, Amma? Understood this point? Students. Understood?
Sir, can you explain again, sir? I did not understand.
Okay, see, here, what is the statement there? The volume of gas is increases or decreases by 1 by 273 times. When increase or decrease in 1 degree Celsius temperature. Okay, that means what? If you increase the 1 degree Celsius temperature, then volume of that gas is increases 1 by 273 times, simply. Generally, what we can say 2 times is increases, 3 times is increases, okay, 2.5 times, 4 times increases, like that we are telling that. For example, I will explain that the initial volume is 1 liter of the gas, okay. So for 1 degree Celsius, increases 2 times, then what is the volume of the gas? Tell me. 2 times is increases 2 liters. That is 2 into 1. 2 into 1. Right? It is increased by increasing 1 degree Celsius. But the total volume, how much it will be? Initial volume plus increased volume of that gas. The initial volume is 1 liter. By increasing 2 times, how much it is there? 1 plus 2, 3 liters. Like that, here what we are telling? 1 by 273 times it is increasing. Understood, Emma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So means here, with the initial volume of the gas is V0, we are increasing 1 degree Celsius temperature, then the volume of gas is increases 1 by 273 times. Means 1 by 273 into V0. So which can be written as V0 by 273. Okay. So this is the increased volume. But what is the total final volume? Initial volume plus increased volume. Okay. So that is by increasing 1 degree Celsius, V1 is equal to V0 plus V0 by 273. So this is for 1 degree Celsius. If it is 2 degree Celsius, 3 degree Celsius, 4 degree Celsius, like that up to T degree Celsius, then what is the value here? V2 equal to V0 plus Vt by, that is T by 273. Sorry, here for understanding easily you can write like this. Here V1 is equal to V0 into 1 plus V0 common factor in both. So 1 by 273 degrees. Right? This is for the only 1 degree Celsius increase. Okay. If it is T degree Celsius, then how can we write? Vt is equal to V0 into 1 plus T by 273. Got it, Amma? For 1 degree Celsius,
Yes, sir.
1 by 273 times. For 2 degree Celsius, 2 into 1 by 270. For 3 degree Celsius, 3 into 1 by 273 times. Like that, T degree Celsius means 2 into 1 by 273 times. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now this is a Vt equal to V0 into 1 plus 2 by 273. So this is for increasing. Like that, if you take decreasing means minus you have to take. Okay, increasing means you have to add. If it is decrease means you can take V naught minus V naught by 270. Okay, na? Right? So now here this can be written as V naught Vt equal to V naught into 273. So here 273 plus T. 273 plus T. So here this T plus 273 can be written as T Kelvin temperature. The new temperature scale we can introduce here, that is absolute temperature or Kelvin temperature, which is also known as thermodynamic scale temperature. Okay, so what is the T here? Absolute temperature or Kelvin temperature. Okay. Or which is also known as thermodynamic scale temperature. Thermodynamic scale temperature. Generally, we can measure the temperature. The SI unit is the absolute temperature or Kelvin temperature, not degree Celsius. Okay. In some basic concepts of chemistry, we learned so different thermodynamic scales, temperatures. What is that? Degree Celsius, Kelvin temperature, Fahrenheit. Okay. So in that, this one is the Kelvin temperature. So by substituting this value T plus 273 is equal to T, capital T. So when you substitute this value in this, then what you will get here? Vt is equal to V naught into T by 273. T by 273. Understood, Amma? Okay. But here, we know that V naught is the fixed amount of gas, that is the volume of the gas. Whatever we are taking the volume of gas is, that is fixed. Okay. And similarly, this 273 also fixed. It is a constant value, 273. So V naught is constant, 273 is constant. Then we can write Vt is equal to, what is that? K into T. So then V is proportional to T. V is proportional to T. Got it now? Okay. So V is proportional to T. So from this, we can say one more statement for the Charles law. That is, at constant pressure for a fixed amount of gas, the volume for fixed amount of gas, the volume of the gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. V is proportional to T. So from this you can write V1 by V2 equal to T1 by T2. Okay. So at T1 temperature, the volume of gas is V1. Okay. If you increase the temperature or decrease the temperature to the T2, then the volume of the gas is V2. Then the V1 by V2 equal to T1 by T2. Got it? This point? Okay. So this is the Charles law. The first statement, what is that about? First statement of the Charles law, that is, what is that? The amount, what is that? The volume of the gas at constant pressure. So for a fixed amount of gas, the volume of the gas is increases or decreases by 1 by 273 times of its initial volume by increase when increase or decrease in 1 degree Celsius temperature. Okay. And one more statement is at constant pressure for a fixed amount of gas, the volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Okay. This is the second statement. For a fixed amount of gas, this one you wrote, this one you copied, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Please respond, students.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the one more statement, what is that? A constant pressure for a fixed amount of gas. The volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature. V is proportional to T. And also here, directly here I wrote like this, and one more also you can write from this. Here, Vt equal to V naught into T by 273, which can be written as Vt by V naught is equal to T by 273. T by 273. So T by 273 means, so what is that? V1 by V2 is equal to T1 by T2, or Vt by V0 is equal to T by T1, T0. So like that, V1 by V2 equal to T1 by T2. So here you will get some confusion. So that's why in simple way I explained this one. Okay, because V0 is constant, 273 is constant. So then this total value can be written as a constant K. Okay. So if you remove the constant, then you will get the proportionality between these two factors. So V is proportional to T. So compared to this one, this is easy. Right, Amma? So that's why I given this one. Okay. So this is the Charles law. So now let's see some graphs. Here for Charles law also some curves can be obtained at different constant pressures. The curves obtained between volume versus temperature. Volume versus temperature at a constant different pressures is known as the isobars. That is known as the isobars. So how to draw the graphs?
Sir, can I repeat what is isobar?
Yeah, right up. Isobars. The curves obtained. The curves obtained volume versus temperature. Volume versus temperature at different constant pressures. At different constant pressures is known as isobars. Isobar means that is the constant pressure. Isotherm means constant temperature. Okay. So now let's see that. Here I am taking temperature and volume. On y-axis volume and on x-axis temperature I am taking. Here temperature, first I am taking T degree Celsius temperature. T degree Celsius temperature. Okay. If you take the T degree Celsius temperature, it is a 0. Okay. If you take 0, here the curve is obtained like this. That is for this y equal to V and T relation. What we have got that? V. No. Before the first statement equation, what you have got that one? Vt is equal to V naught plus V naught by
273.
273. Okay. So if it is at V naught into 1 plus T by 273. T by 273. Vt is equal to V naught into V1 plus T by 273. If you multiply this one, what you will get here? Vt is equal to V naught plus V naught by 273 into T. Right? Emma? Yes, sir. Now, this one I can rearrange as Vt is equal to V naught by 273 into T, right? Plus V naught. Right? Got it now? Which is similar to the y equal to mx plus c form. Right? Y equal to m x plus c, which is a straight line. Understood? In mathematics, straight line form, you know, there is a two.
No, sir.
What is that? With the slope and the slope with the intercept form. With the slope means that is y equal to mx only without intercept form. With intercept form, one more is y equal to mx plus c. Both are straight lines. Okay. But the first form is through origin it will goes. But the second one will go through a with the intercept form. With the intercept form. So that means here Vt equal to V naught by 273 into T plus V naught. Here V naught is the intercept form. V naught by 273 is the slope. Okay. So if you plot the graph between volume at temperature T, that is a T degree Celsius, and volume, what you will get? Straight line you will get with the intercept form, that too with the positive slope. Right now. So for one isotope at certain temperature, if you plot the graph like this, you will get. Right now, with the intercept form you will get. So this intercept form, what is this? V naught by 273. That intercept form. So like that, at different pressures, if you take that, this is at P1. Like that, if you one more graph, if one more curve, if you obtain, that is at P2 pressure, P3 pressure, P4 pressure. If you obtain that, then what you will get here? Different straight lines you will get, that is like this. Here one more you write. Okay, got it now this one? Okay, so this is P1, P2, P3 and P4. Okay, if you expand this, if these curves are expand, all curves are will meet at intercept at a certain point, that is this is the point is minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature. Minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature. So you see that this is the volume of the gas. This is the temperature. Okay. When you extend that, what we are getting the temperature? Minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature. Right, Emma? Minus 273. Generally, exactly if you see that, minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. This is a zero value. 0 to plus here. This side it is the minus. Okay. So first we are getting the straight line forms. Okay. When you expand the straight lines which are meeting at a certain point, that is temperature minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, what is the volume of the gas? This is the volume of the gas. What is it? 0. 0. This is the volume. This is the volume. So at minus 273, it is completely on x-axis. X-axis means volume is 0. So means the temperature at which the volume becomes 0 is known as absolute temperature. Sorry, absolute zero temperature. Absolute zero temperature. Remember this. Yes, it is not possible. But theoretically we are learning this one. Theoretically it is not possible. So that's why the gases are deviating from this ideal gas behavior. Volume of the gas is not 0, becomes 0. Okay. So actually this point you have to get afterwards, but before only you have that. Okay. So but practically it is not possible. But just we are learning theoretically. So that's why further some theories is there. Got it, Anna? So these are the isobars. These are the isobars. Here, what is the P1, P2, P3, P4 relation? P1 less than, P2 less than, P3 less than, P4. Remember that P1 is less than, P2 less than, P3 less than, P4. Okay, and one more here. And one more Amma here. From this, what we discussed here, V naught, this one, from this, Vt is equal to V naught into T by 273 we have got. Right? So what is this in the form of y is equal to mx? Y equal to mx form or not? Yeah, okay, Nama. Got it. This equation y equal to Vt equal to V naught by 273 into T. Here what is the T? Absolute temperature, Kelvin temperature. But here degree Celsius. So that's why it is having the intercept form. Here it is having only without intercept form. Only slope is there. But in both slopes are same. That is V naught by 273. V naught by 273. Here also V naught by 273. But it is also straight line. The first one also straight line. Here it is having intercept form. But in case of Kelvin temperature, the straight line go through a origin. So then you will get the different graphs at different pressures. That is P1, P2, P3, P4. So what is that P1, P2, P3? Here we are taking volume and here we are taking the temperature. Okay. So that what you will get here? Volume of the gas will not be zero. Will not be zero. So that means it will be start from here only, but not here. It is having some certain value. Okay. So that's why the straight line will start from here and here and here and here. Right? At different pressures P1, P2, P3 and P4. If we extend this, these are all passing through a origin. Got it, Amma? So these are known as the isobars. Here also the relation between these pressures is P1 less than, P2 less than, P3 less than, P4. P1 less than, P2 less than, P3 less than, P4. Understood, Amma, this one?
Yes, sir.
All of you? Okay, students. Only one student is responding. Kusumara.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kusumara only responding. Okay, understood this one? So this is the isobars. You just draw the graphs. For explanation how you will get the graphs. Okay, that I explained along with those two statements. This is for the first statement, that is for the second statement. In the NCERT textbook, they given it differently. This one, that is the same, but this one they given differently. How they took? They took like this. Here, this is here from here they took 0 temperature. They took 0 here 100, 200 like this, and this side 100 and 200 like this. They took it. They have taken like this. Okay. Here volume. So then this is a 100, 200, so 273 plus. Here they are showing this point is the minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. So here they show like this. Like this they show in NCERT text. Okay. So which is you can understand easily, you can follow that. But here I took 0 to something and 0 minus plus. This is convenient. So that's why we went.
Sir, if this is gas called hydrogen, helium, and nitrogen will come closest to the ideal gases. Ideal gases.
Closest to the
Ideal gas.
ideal gases. That is the certain temperature conditions. That is low pressure. At low pressure, high temperature, the real gases can behave as a ideal gas. That we will discuss. Okay. So later, after these ideal gases, we will discuss the behavior of real gases. That is deviation from ideal behavior. Okay. Okay, Amma. This one, all of you understood this one, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Now, shall I go for next one? Gay-Lussac's law.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, third one is the Gay-Lussac's law. Third one is the Gay-Lussac's law. So here also, at constant temperature, constant for a fixed amount of gas, not constant temperature, for a fixed amount of gas. Here, first Boyle's law given the relationship between pressure and volume, right? So pressure volume relationship given by the Boyle's law. Charles law, volume temperature relationship, volume temperature. Here Gay-Lussac's law is the pressure temperature. This is the pressure temperature relation. Pressure temperature relation. Okay. So now let's see that for a fixed amount of gas, the pressure is directly proportional to absolute temperature. For a fixed amount of gas, means the amount of gas, number of moles, N is constant, right? So volume is constant. The pressure of the gas is directly proportional to its temperature, absolute temperature. Pressure is directly proportional to absolute temperature. So that is P is proportional to T. P is proportional to T. Okay. So P is proportional to T. P is equal to K into T. Okay. So from this, for a fixed amount of gas, initial pressure and temperature is T1, T1, and final pressure and temperature is T2, T2. That means what? At temperature T1, the pressure is T1. At temperature T2, the pressure is P2. Then P1 by P2 is equal to T1 by T2. T1 by T2 equal to T1 by T2. Okay. R which can be written as P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. Okay. So these relationships we have to remember. These relationships we have to remember. That is the Gay-Lussac's law. P is proportional to T. So P is proportional to T at a constant volume. That means N constant. N is constant. Okay. So for here, different volumes of the gas. How can we plot the graph between pressure and temperature? How can we update this one? Can you guess that one? P is equal to KT. What is the form here? Y equal to mx straight line form. So y is equal to mx means it is a straight line form. But if you take some amount of gas, as per general characteristics of the gas, okay, initially some temperature will be there, maybe room temperature 25 degrees Celsius, and at 25 degrees Celsius, certain amount of gas we have some pressure. So that means initially the pressure of the gas will not be zero, right? So that means it will start from here like this, some certain place, certain pressure. If it is starting from here, then here it will give like this here also. Right or not? Right? So here, what is this one carbon? V1 means certain volume of the gas, the pressure temperature relation. And next, more volume we are taking, less volume, and again more volume we are taking, and again more volume we are taking. So here, V1 is less than, V2 is less than, V3 is less than, V4. The volume of the gas is increasing, then we are getting this one. So when you expand this one, it is passing through a origin. Okay, because straight line form it is y equal to mx, which are known as isochores. So now put this identity, isochores. 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 The curves obtained between pressure versus temperature. Pressure versus temperature. Pressure versus temperature at constant for a constant volume are known as isochores. Isochores. So this is the graph we draw. So these are all called isochores. Isochores. So till now we discussed about the isotherms, isobars, and isochores. Isotherms means at constant temperature the curve obtained, pressure versus volume. Isobars means at constant temperature, constant pressure. The curves obtained whether volume versus absolute temperature. Isochores means for a constant volume, for a different constant volumes, right? For a different constant volumes. Curves obtained, pressure versus temperature, absolute temperature. We're finished. So this is the Gay-Lussac's law. Okay, so next fourth one is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. So these gas laws are very most important for mains. They will ask numerical problems. Avogadro's law. So according to this Avogadro's law, equal volume of gases contains equal number of molecules. Equal volume of gases contains equal number of equal volume of gases. Equal volume of gases contains equal number of gas molecules. Equal number of gas molecules. So generally, the amount of substance we can represent in terms of moles. So that's why the Avogadro's law can express mathematical representation of Avogadro's law. That is, V is proportional to N. V is proportional to N. So V is equal to K into N. So from this, V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2. V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2. So according to that statement, what is the meaning here? Equal volume of gases contains equal number of gas molecules. That means equal number of moles of gas. For example, here I am taking hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen I am taking 1 liter, oxygen I am taking 1 liter. So 1 liter of hydrogen and 1 liter of oxygen will contains same number of gas molecules. That is X number of H2 molecules. Similarly, X number of O2 molecules contains in 1 liter of H2 and 1 liter of O2. H2 contains H2 molecules. O2 gas contains O2 molecules. Okay. So the number of molecules is same means the number of moles of that gas is also same. Right? So that means from this you can say that equal volume of gases contains equal number of gas molecules, nothing but equal number of moles. What is point? Number of gas molecules is same. So that means equal number of moles also same. For example, 1 mole of any gas contains Avogadro number of gas molecules. You got it? Already you know that. Avogadro number. What is that? Ne. What is the value of Avogadro number? 6.022 into 10 power 23. For example, if you take 1 mole of H2 gas, okay, so that means which contains 6.022 into 10 power 23 H2 molecules, right? Similarly, if you take 1 mole of O2 gas, which contains also same number of O2 molecules, same number of O2 molecules. Okay, but here what we are taking? Equal volume of gases. Okay, so equal volume of gases here. One more point, more concept you have to remember in this concept. What is the most concept? At STP, 1 mole of gas occupying 22.4 liters volume. 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liters volume. So here what we are taking? 1 mole of H2 gas, nothing but 22.4 liters of 22.4 liters of H2 contains 6.022 into 10 power 23 H2 molecules. H2 molecules. Like that, 22.4 liters of O2 gas contains 6.022 into 10 power 23 O2 molecules. Instead of 22.4 liters, I am taking equal volume of H2O2, that is, for example, 11.2 liters of H2 and O2 I am taking. 11.2 liters of H2 and O2 gas I am taking. According to Avogadro's law, 11.2 liters of H2 and O2 contains equal number of gas molecules. equal number of gas molecules. Okay. 11.2 liters means how many moles of H2? 0.5 liters. 0.5 moles of. Okay. Similarly, O2 also 0.5 moles. That means here 0.5 moles means 0.5 into 6.022 into 10 power 23 gas molecules. Yes, 3.011. 3.011 into 10 power 23 gas molecules. Means it is proved 11.2 liters of H2 and O2 we are taking. That means equal volume of H2, O2 we are taking. Those are containing same number of gas molecules. How much that is? 3.011 into 10 power 23 gas molecules. In H2, H2 molecules. In O2, O2 molecules. Got it, students? Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is a Avogadro's law. But we know that how to calculate the number of moles. What is that? M is equal to M by M. N is equal to M by M. To substitute this value in this one. Okay, here V is equal to K into N. What is the N here we are getting? M by M. Mass by molar mass. Mass by molar mass. K into M by M. So from this, M I am taking molar mass is equal to K into M by V. But what is the M by V?
Mass by volume density.
Density.
Density, sir.
So that implies molar mass is equal to K into D. So molar mass is equal to K into D is nothing but M is proportional to D. That means D is proportional to M. Right? So at constant temperature and pressure, the density of gas is directly proportional to its molar mass. D is proportional to capital M. At constant temperature and pressure, the density of gas is directly proportional to its molar mass or molecular mass. Okay, students. So these are the gas laws or gaseous laws. One is Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Gay-Lussac's law, and Avogadro's law. So what is Avogadro's law? Equal volume of gases contains equal number of gas molecules under similar conditions. What is the similar conditions? Same temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure will be same. Okay. Tomorrow, next class, I will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.